What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. We are excited to talk about some pop culture today. We have a ton of topics to catch up on, and I'm really ready to dive into all of them. We also have Trent on the podcast today, and we have an awesome interview with... I'm giving you the stage.
Oh. Because you want me to say their last names?
Yeah.
Yep. With Christopher Briney.
Yep.
And Gavin Casalegno.
Yep. There you go. Nailed it.
From The Summer I Turned Pretty,
yes.
which will be streaming on Friday on Amazon Prime Video, which we have to double down on saying because I don't believe we said it enough during the interview. Got to clarify, Amazon Prime Video.
Yes.
Summer I Turned Pretty, Amazon. Season 2, coming out on Friday. Amazon Prime Video.
And we know everyone's excited for it. I mean,
yeah, and everybody knows where it's coming out because everybody's so fucking excited. And I love when we post the teasers for guests and people just, sometimes it's surprising who people lose their shit for and who they're like, oh, we don't care. This was when I was like, oh, people are going to lose their shit. Yeah. And I was dying reading the comments. Like, one girl commented like 4 times in a row, separate comments, like, I'm going to barf, I'm screaming, I'm dead. This is like all in a row.
When they're so excited, I'm like, I hope we lived up. I mean, it was a great interview. They are so great. They're so kind. They're hilarious. It was a great interview.
Sweet boys.
Really nice.
Yes, but we have a lot of pop culture stuff.
We do have a lot of topics
I do want to say first.
You got me. I was going to say what you're going to say.
Are you?
Yeah, I was going to thank
the reception from Monday's episode was so nice.
I was going to
thank everybody for watching and listening.
We're on the same page.
Okay, yeah. We are we're feeling it today. Yeah. But yeah, really massive thank you to everybody who listened and the kind words and the reshares. We see everything. We saw everybody's nice messages and reposting it on their stories, and we feel the love that everybody feels so happy for us. So that's so nice.
I know. It made me cry again, honestly. Yeah. I try to respond to a lot of people and just know that your messages don't go unnoticed. Yeah. I pretty much read them all and I try to respond to a ton of them. And so your messages really, really do mean a lot. And a lot of the really kind things that you said to us really meant a lot to me. Yes. And it was really sweet. And I thought it was beautiful. And I was really proud of us.
Me too.
I was really proud of us. I went home and was like, we did a great job today.
We did our job.
Yes, we did. 2 grown adults.
Yep.
But we do have a lot of pop culture topics to catch up on that I'm actually really excited to talk about.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good things to unpack here.
Yeah.
And so I think we should just dive right into them.
Okay.
Today marks the start of one of our best summer events, the Barstool Bolero Invitational. Bolero is the world's largest owner and operator of bowling centers with over 325 locations throughout the United States, currently located in 34 states. Bolero is known for reinventing one of America's oldest pastimes into a new and unforgettable experience with modern and beautifully designed venues, expansive arcades, premium signature cocktails, and a creative menu. Joining the Invitational is easy. Enter your name and visit any Bolero location near you and bowl for your chance to be entered to win the ultimate grand prize, which includes tickets to the football and basketball championships, plus a trip to the Barstool Bolero Invitational finale in Chicago on August 9th. Many will bowl, only one person will win. Visit www.bolero.com/barstool to join the Barstool Bolero Invitational now through July 23rd. No skill is required. It's just fun. All participants have an equal chance of winning. To find a participating center near you, visit www.bolero.com/barstool. So let's start off with Jonah Hill.
Okay.
America's sweetheart.
Starting strong
with Jonah Hill, America's sweetheart, who has fallen from grace.
Was he America's sweetheart?
I'm kidding.
Okay.
But no, it's a joke that he says, Jonah Hill in a movie. He calls himself America's sweetheart, no?
I think so.
Like, this is the end, maybe?
Maybe this is the end.
Like, I think he says, I'm Jonah Hill, I'm America's sweetheart.
That's got to be this is the end because it's the only one where he's playing himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, it's me, Jonah. It's me, Jonah Hill, America's sweetheart. Yeah, I think when he's talking to Emma Watson.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I would never hurt you.
Oh, yeah.
So my joke, I had to explain.
Yeah.
But yeah, he it's been a wild reaction, actually, because it's been very split, weirdly enough, the reaction to these text messages. So his ex-girlfriend went on Instagram a year after they had broken up to release some of her messages with Jonah Hill that she wanted to share with the world, where she felt like he was being, mentally abusive and controlling, and was basically saying, a warning to girls out there if your guy starts talking to you like this. And weird text messages.
I mean, this is a side note, but it was funny that last weekend, I went to read this text to people I was talking to about it on the beach. And I pulled up Twitter and I put in Jonah Hill text, and I just clicked on the first picture that came up and I started reading it, but it was just a fake text. It was something about, something about food, and I got 3 sentences in and I was like, wait a second.
This can't be right.
I was like, this isn't it. But this is it. This is a text that he sent her in 2021, the end of 2021, that he sent Sarah Brady's ex. And he wrote, plain and simple, if you need, and then he lists things. Surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places and from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful. I am not the right partner for you. So if you need any of those things, I am not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for romantic partnership. My boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust. So it's really, it's honestly became a fairly serious topic because it's opened up a discussion on how quote unquote therapy speak is used now in regular conversation and used to, in this sense, what feels like gaslighting somebody. And that has really caused a big discussion. And like you said, there are people on both sides. And you wouldn't be shocked to find out who feels which way, right? Like when I just opened Twitter and searched Jonah Hill text, one of the biggest, most interacted tweets with on here is Candace Owens, who says there's absolutely nothing wrong with Jonah Hill's texts, but there's plenty wrong with women in society. Basically that, basic respect for your partner is now being labeled as misogynistic from insecure women. Can't say I agree with that one.
Yeah.
Sarah is a surfer. She is her public persona, what she would share, obviously a lot, bathing suits, surfing, that kind of thing.
He knew who she was when they started dating.
Yeah.
And then wanted to flip the script and say, I'm not okay with these things. You knew
these are my boundaries.
You knew who you started dating. And so I'd really like to unpack all of this. I have a lot of thoughts about what you said, therapy speak, all this stuff. So the first thing about Jonah Hill's text messages is listen, you can have your quote unquote boundaries and things you need in a relationship. It doesn't take away from the fact that you look like a little bitch. that you know what I mean? Right. If you can't support your girl modeling, surfing, whatever, she's not cheating on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like, and yes, if you're, but then here's the other part.
But it just feels like his own, projecting his own insecurities onto somebody else by saying they're his boundaries in a romantic partnership. But it's just if those things bother you, you got to find a totally different woman.
Right. And so that's why I think that there is such a discussion on whether people agree with it or not, because people are saying, well, he's saying he has no hard feelings to her. Those are his boundaries that he wants in a relationship. He's not saying he's going to skewer her for it. But I feel like that's just a way to get around. There's so many layers to it that it's that's not the kind of guy I want in my life, who's going to be you can't do this and you can't do that, and is going to be insecure and can't hype up his girl.
Yeah.
But then there are people who have boundaries in relationships where they go, this is what I want, and okay, they're not compatible. So that's what I'm taking from this, is that they are not compatible. he seems like he has to work through his own insecurities. That's what I got from it. And like you said, and now you brought up the therapy. People are like talking a lot about therapy now.
Yeah.
And therapy speak. And I read an article which I thought was really interesting about this. It's that therapy is obviously such a great thing.
Yeah.
And it helps a ton of people. And it really is a lifesaver for a lot of people. I can see how some people can use it to manipulate other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like make them feel less than if
100%.
they don't
you can
abide by what their therapist is, and it becomes very and the article I read,
I don't like that I'm using the word, but you can weaponize your own therapy
yes
onto somebody. Well, it's like, well, my therapist told me this, and
right.
then it's kind of like,
yeah, it's like I read it kind of has to do with that where it's like now we're speaking in HR terms,
right?
Where we're like two human beings having a conversation, and now you're bringing your therapist is. Now if you're going to couples therapy, a different story, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel like there is a line that can be crossed where people think they're better than other people and say, well, my therapist said this.
And by the way,
I'm creating boundaries.
Yeah. By the way, I have been to therapy.
Yeah.
And therapy is great, but and also I have not I feel like we're very heavy on using the term like therapy speak and like these types of words, but I feel like our culture on so much of it like online has used these words when I can't really say my therapist has ever used these words with me or like growing up when I was when I was in therapy, I can't ever being like, well, let's talk about and then like enter XYZ buzzword that now we're all so concerned about.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that really something that like now we say it's therapy speak, but it doesn't really feel like therapy
Right.
speak.
When I, like you said, when I was going to therapy, like I don't remember any of these words, things being said. And obviously everyone's therapist is different. So everyone can speak to their own thing. And I don't want it to come across like we're speaking because we've both been.
Yes.
And like I said, it's a lifesaver for some people and it really, really helps. And it can be a really great thing.
In this case, it feels like Jonah Hill was using his experiences and his time because he's been very open about all his time in therapy and how it's helped him. There's a whole Netflix special about it, which is great. But it feels like that leaked into some of his personal relationships where now on Sarah's end, she is now vocalizing that she felt extremely gaslit by him.
Yeah. And I think that's very fair. And I do think there is a line where people cross where instead of separating therapy and their own life, they start using, like you said, to gaslight and be like, I learned this and I have a boundary and this. And it's like, well, talk to me like a human being.
Yeah. Sarah's posted a ton of screenshots in the last 2 days, a lot of past conversations with them that the two of them have had. And which is interesting because like she's posting screenshots of texts of him saying like, screenshotting our conversations is triggering for me, like that kind of thing. But she clearly feels the need that she has to share this with the world right now. She also has said that she waited for his now rumored fiance to have her baby because she didn't want to have any negative effect on this woman's pregnancy and is now putting it all out now. And I am no expert. I am no doctor. I cannot read these text messages and totally interpret who's in the right, who's in the wrong, who said the right thing, who's saying the wrong thing. You can kind of make your own decisions. There's tons and tons of messages that she posted. What like shakes me, and it's just more, I guess, how Jonah Hill feels about this stuff is like he texted her at one point and said, so think about if posting bathing suit pictures on your social media identity, whatever that means that much to your life. And if it does, all good. But that's not what I'm interested in a partner. We wouldn't even be having this conversation if you had any sense of how often or how excessive it was and is. So therefore, it presents a way larger issue of why you need to do that and not in wetsuits to display your brilliant surfing skills. One I'm willing to discuss in therapy, but the truth underneath it presents a way larger issue, which is what you need and get out of doing that and what that means for our relationship. So yeah, I'm clear-headed, pretty, and then it gets cut off. So he, like, obviously now he's saying he wants to, like, discuss this with her. He's like, why do you feel the need to post pictures in a bathing suit when you're in a relationship? I believe is what he's trying to say here. And that just feels extremely overbearing. But like you said, that's why people are like, hey, he's laying it all out there, that this is how he feels. But it's crazy. And you can, as on Sarah's side, you can get into such like a cycle, and that can just warp how you think about yourself when you hear your partner telling you these things. And it can completely change how you see yourself when it's like, I didn't think this was an issue.
Yeah.
I was fine posting
just because you post bikini pictures doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Yeah. Like I was fine posting my surfing pictures in a bikini. Like now I have to make sure I'm in a wetsuit where I'm totally covered up.
Yeah. And I that's why I think this is such a hard conversation.
Yeah.
Because I get what people are saying when they say, well, at least he's letting her know what works for him, because everybody has the things that work for them and don't work for them and in a relationship, and that's why some people are compatible and some people are not. I get that part. But then you just go, well, why isn't he okay with these things, and does he have to be? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So many
and
questions.
it just feels like he said so many things so many times about it that it was like, okay, if this really bothers you that much, why are you dating?
Right. And you also knew who she was when you started dating.
Yeah.
That, I think, is the most important factor, where it's like, okay,
she's a surfer.
So you were okay with it when you were just like hooking up, whatever. And then once you became more serious in dating, you wanted to have like control on her. But now my question is, how do you feel about people releasing text messages like this? I
don't know. I'm torn. Sometimes
I'm usually not a fan of like everyone releasing private text messages.
Yeah.
I understand the point she wants to get across.
Yeah.
And she's clearly very frustrated. He's Jonah Hill. He's such a public figure, and you know, everybody loves Jonah Hill, and she's kind of like, hey, this is the kind of guy Jonah Hill is.
Right.
But then it leads to the fact where it's like, these are private text messages. You don't expect them to get leaked. You know, that's why these things are so confusing to talk about, because I really feel like there's so many layers to it. Don't you agree? I mean, I don't know if I sound like wish-washy, but I think she should be able to do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Of course, I think that goes without saying.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill seems like an insecure guy.
It's very 100%. It is very sensitive, and you do feel the need, like she wants to speak out about this, and I think I'm sure a lot of women can relate to her experience, and I'm sure she wants to speak to that and speak to those people. Because he is such a big name, it gets blown up to the nth degree and becomes international news.
Yeah.
And that cycles and turns it into a whole different thing and can become a whole different story. So even going into it with good intentions and wanting to share something and send a good message and be like, this was a bad relationship for me and this is how I felt and I want to show you examples of how that went, now is a whole bigger thing.
Yeah, and I also think when a child comes into it, like Jonah Hill just had a baby with somebody else.
Right.
And like, I don't know, that kid's going to grow up and see these texts. You know what I mean? I start thinking about those things. Leaked text messages to me is always a tricky thing. Yeah. Because you want someone to speak about their experience, but then you're like, these are private text messages. Yeah. It's such a sensitive subject, and I feel scared talking about it because I know everybody has such a strong opinion on it. And
let me tell you, she posted a lot of screenshots.
Right. And
like Monday, she posted like 50 screenshots.
And it's like, I don't know if that makes things better for her in the end. It's very stressful to now have to have both of your text messages out there for the world to see. I don't know. It's a very sensitive subject.
You know, I do not blame her at all, because if I'm on the receiving end of that text message, like,
I would be like,
are you fucking kidding me?
I would be like, fuck off. I saw somebody.
Truly, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like that list was
There's
so
a whole list.
unbelievable.
It's not even, hey, and he's not even like he's really said it like nicely. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you know.
Also, I love that he just put the entire profession of modeling
Right.
to model. Like it could be, she could be
That is
modeling wet.
fucking
What if she's modeling wetsuits? Is that
fucking
okay?
absurd to just write
Insane.
to
Just-
model.
you cannot be photographed for some kind of campaign.
Yeah, it's just insane. It's not even like he wrote like, hey, you know I'm being really insecure.
Yeah.
This is my feeling on this. I get I'm insecure.
It feels cold.
Yeah, right. It's like it feels demanding
Yeah.
rather than having a normal
Cold and
conversation and
demanding.
being open and honest with somebody like, hey, you know, these things made me really insecure. It's something I'm working on. You know, maybe we can like hold off on it. I'm working on it. I'll try to get better, but for right now, it could have been worded in a different way that maybe would have been taken a different way.
Yeah.
But the list of demands is just so absurd. The just to model, like,
yeah.
oh, you're dating a beautiful woman who you met who's a surfer,
Yeah.
who also does modeling, and you're just going to tell her, sorry, what if she said to you, hey, to act, you know that Wolf of Wall Street scene where you take out your dick and you're pretending to jerk off?
Yeah.
Not cool with me.
Yeah.
Like, like Jonah Hill has done a ton of movies that are pretty, sexual.
Yeah.
So it's just, the list is absurd, but I did see a very funny tweet where a girl wrote, my bucket list for this summer, and it was just all those things: to model,
Yeah.
surf in bikinis,
Like,
have boundaryless
hang out
relationship
with bad
men,
friends.
hang out with bad, which I did laugh. But yeah, it's absurd, and
No.
I think that clearly Jonah Hill has some things he needs to work on and not be so insecure in, and I guess he found somebody who fits his ideal relationship and who's compatible for him, and I hope his ex-girlfriend finds somebody who's compatible for her and doesn't, demand things. I think everyone should be able to be their own person, and you accept the people you love for who they are. And when you start to control them, it's a dangerous path.
It's a slippery slope anytime you are sending demands to your significant other.
Right. And you start, this is my boundary and this is what this person said to me. And it's like, well, you're not treating me like a human being. You're treating me like someone you're in control of.
And people can have their boundaries, but when it felt like that reached an extreme level.
Also, I feel like the word boundaries is getting used in the wrong way.
Yeah.
He has a list of demands.
Yeah.
That are, it's like.
It was a list of demands. So it's.
A list of restrictions.
Yeah.
The boundary versus restriction.
Yeah. So, like I said, it has felt like a very sensitive subject that has completely blown up, and has opened this conversation now about men using therapy speak, I guess, is really.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't think it's just men either. I think
Just
it's
therapy speak in general,
yeah,
but I think specifically in this example,
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
And because everybody knows his relationship with his therapist that he made very
for
public, people are now like, okay, we're seeing where this is going.
Yep.
So
I made the switch to an Athena Club razor, and I am so happy about it. The blade on my old razor just kind of used to get like goopy after a few uses, and it just didn't feel like the outer edge was really that effective. But I love the water activated serum on Athena Club's razors, so there's just enough of it to soothe while shaving. It never gets gunky on the blade. It's designed with built-in skin guards to help prevent razor burn while being gentle on curves. Plus, the razor blade is surrounded by a water-activated serum with shea butter and hyaluronic acid, which is a holy grail for skincare. The best part is the razor kit is only $10 and comes with 2 blade heads, a magnetic hook for shower storage, and your choice of handle color. The handle color options are so cute, but they even have black and white razors for all of you minimalists out there. And with Athena Club, you never have to think about blade refills because you choose how often you want your replacement blades shipped to you, and you can now find them in Target stores nationwide. So it's easy to swing by one of the many, many Target stores whenever you need more blades. Athena Club also has the most amazing shave foam that will leave your skin soft, hydrated, and smooth. The Cloud Shave Foam is amazing. I love this shave foam. It's one of my favorites. Switch to the better razor and show your skin you care with Athena Club. Get started today by shopping in-store at Target stores nationwide. Just head to the shaving aisle to find the razor kit, Cloud Shave Foam, wax strips, and razor refills.
Moving on, Taylor Swift released Taylor's version of Speak Now,
She did.
which was a huge day for Swifties everywhere,
Yes, it was.
and a huge day for Taylor Lautner.
Massive day. First of all, a couple thoughts on Speak Now TV. I will say, and I saw this on TikTok a lot, so you probably haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, guys. I still haven't downloaded TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'm going to crack.
And honestly, my sister had said it too and posted it, and we were talking about it when we were on vacation. But Speak Now, this album was such a formative album for a lot of Swifties, especially ones that are around my age. Like that original album came out, I was a junior in fall of my junior year of high school. And so it was just like angsty and like the relationships, like you could just put yourself into these songs. And some of them, the original recordings, some of them just hit so hard, like you can feel it in her voice. And, you know, many years have passed and she doesn't feel the same way as she does about these people and whatnot. So people were like, oh, some of these songs just doesn't have the oomph that they had, which is fair. And then some people were also talking about like you have to change your Spotify settings to like change the production, like something about the production behind the songs. But of course there were new songs that were included as well from the Vault songs. I really like Timeless and Electric Touch were my two favorites of the Vault songs. It's hard, like the reboot, whatever you want to call them, remake albums, Taylor's version albums. Sometimes like it hits really good and sometimes you're just kind of like, I feel like maybe it's just not quite the same. But I do love that, and I think it's because people have such a special feeling about Speak Now as an album, and that's why everybody's feels like being a little bit more critical about it. But those ones are my favorite. Now, Taylor was in Kansas City performing, and Kansas City got a fucking show.
Yeah, they did.
If you were in Kansas City, you got a fucking show because Taylor debuted the video for I Can See You, which was a Vault song. Also, she performed Long Live, which she kind of like put into the set list and had the moment with her band, the whole thing, which was absolutely incredible. Long Live is one of my absolute favorites. I've been saying multiple times that that's my dream surprise song, and it feels like, and then Taylor just like put it. I don't know if she's going to keep playing it, but she played it both nights. The I Can See You music video, which there were very blurry photos a few months ago that was like, is this Taylor Lautner, Joey King? Like, are they filming something? And then it kind of died down and there wasn't really any discussion about it. And then bam, Taylor was like, here's the music video for I Can See You. She played it on the screen. It's Joey King, who, Joey King was in her music video for Mean. And Taylor Lautner, her beloved ex-boyfriend. And the whole music video is great. It's like, they're kind of spies trying to release Taylor, who's basically like she's literally in a vault. Like she's in the vault. They got to release her from the whole metaphor of her kind of taking back her sound and her music, and she's holding her album and all of her, she's got her costumes and she's like basically on display in a museum. It was a shock. It was incredible watching these videos. People saw Taylor Lautner and Tay Lautner at the show. So they were like posting videos of them and they were like, oh my God, Taylor. I saw such a funny tweet. I was dying. It was just a video of them walking by and the person wrote, can't wait to see Taylor Lautner swinging his little feet while she sings Back to December. Because it's just like, everyone jokes that he's obviously the ex that has the least to worry about. And it does feel that way. They brought him out on stage. There was also, I'm sorry because I'm forgetting her name, but there was somebody else that's in the music video that was in one of Taylor's past music videos. Presley Cash is her name. And she brought them all out. She brought them all out onto stage when they premiered the music video. Taylor Lautner comes out. He's got the big runway in front of him. He just pulls out these fucking flips. He's doing like back handsprings into another flip. And it was amazing.
One of the best videos I've ever seen.
It's just so good.
It felt so fake.
I know. It's so real.
It immediately brought me back to is it Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Yeah. That scene around the field.
And he he's a martial arts guy. He can do all this shit. He does. And Taylor Swift emphasized multiple times that he did all of his own stunts for the video. And the best part too is like Taylor Swift intros him and like gives Taylor Lautner the mic. He's like, I did not plan those flips.
Just came at him. He was so excited he couldn't control it.
Right? Could you imagine just having that ability where you're like, God, spur of the moment, and you're just gonna decide to backflip down the runway?
I'm gonna throw a flip right now. I'm so fucking excited.
I'm just so fucking pumped.
I'm so jacked up. I'm throwing a backflip.
This runway is so long. I am flipping down it.
Unbelievable. I was so happy for him.
Oh, I love him so much.
Taylor and Tay Lautner are such great people.
Sweetest people.
They are truly some of the kindest people I have ever met in my life. They treat everybody, it seems like that they're the best friends that you've ever had for your whole life.
Yeah.
Like they are the kindest people.
They sent us the nicest messages.
They're like the kindest people. And I just am so happy for them. And I'm so happy that they can be mature and like have this great relationship with Taylor Swift. Because yes, there are people who can do it, but I think there's a lot of people who can't do it. Yeah. Right? There are people out there that would be like, no, we're not going to hang out with your ex-girlfriend.
You know who wouldn't do it? Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill would not be okay with that. Oh my God.
Jonah Hill would not be okay with this.
You think Jonah Hill would be okay with his girlfriend doing a little flippy flip on the surfboard?
No.
With the ex-boyfriend?
No.
No. So be like Taylor Lautner in a sea of Jonah Hills.
Yes. Amen. Taylor and Tay Lautner, girl Tay.
Be like Tay.
Girl Tay.
Be like Tay Lautner.
She's so sweet, and like truly everyone jokes about her living the dream, but I mean, God, she really did. And her pictures were so great of the pictures of the three of them together, and then her throwback photos of when she was younger meeting Taylor Swift, singing to all the songs. And Taylor Swift just had like the nicest things to say about both of them too. She's like, I've gotten so close with him and his wife, and they're just great people.
She called them some of her closest friends.
Yeah, so sweet.
I'm going to call Tay Lautner out for something real quick though. Love her.
Yeah.
When she was on the podcast, I meant to message her about this. She was on the podcast and we said, did you know Taylor Lautner before you guys met? She was like, yeah, I've heard of him. Played it so casually. She's wearing Twilight sweatshirts in all these old pictures of her. Yeah. And people are posting them everywhere. She's a Taylor picture. She's got a Twilight sweatshirt on. She's a Twilight fan.
Yeah,
no, it's great. I'm not saying it a bad thing. I just thought it was funny.
It is. No, it is. It is funny because I think we were all Tay Lautner.
Yeah.
And
she's living the dream.
She is. And they're just truly like the sweetest couple. And seeing that video of them the pictures, everything, like the whole moment of them filming this music video and doing it all together was so cool.
What a high Taylor Lautner must have been on when he did that flip. When he landed okay.
What
and
a
safely.
secret to have to keep too for so long that you're like in this music video and it's going to be, it's going to be a massive thing when it comes out. Right.
And everybody's asking you about Taylor Swift and how you feel about the re-release and you're like, I'm in the fucking music video.
Yeah.
So
she's like, actually, me and Taylor are good buddies.
Classic, good for them situation.
Good buddies. I love to see it. Everything about this made me so happy. And if I need to put a smile on my face in the last few days, which I have, things have been good. But if I just want a little giggle, the video of him flipping never gets old.
Taylor Lautner backflip.
It's just amazing. It's just amazing. I also love that there's been a lot of parallels to him doing the I don't know, stick thing that he does in the music video. I don't know what the proper term is for that stick, sword.
I don't know.
He does, it's like this, almost the same, I think it's pretty much the same choreography as what he did on SNL on a skit of what he would have done to defend Taylor from Kanye. Yeah. And it was like almost absolutely identical, which, God, it's just great.
Genius.
It's just great.
Genius marketing there.
Yep. And he did all his own stunts, which has been said many times. But that guy, you kind of forget. You would think that's something that if you're not really doing it all the time, you would maybe lose it. But nope.
No. It's kind of like, the Oscars. Like, this person fell down at the Oscars.
Yeah.
I feel like this backflip thing is going to become a meme like that. Like,
Taylor
Lautner just did a backflip on the stage of.
It's amazing.
It's so good. Moving on to less than good news. Really not great news at all. Miranda Sings. Okay. Do you remember Miranda Sings when we were younger?
Yeah.
I was never a fucking fan of Miranda Sings.
No, never.
I thought she was the most annoying person
I didn't think it was ever funny. It was ever funny.
I never thought it was funny. I was like, what do people see in Miranda Sings?
Yeah.
How is this person popular? One of those things where it's just like, in your head, you're like, how did this become popular?
Yeah.
Now, her real name is Colleen Bollinger. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. It's Ball, I-N-G-E-R. Yes. And oh my God, it is hard to even cover the amount of shit that she has done in the past couple of weeks and also have been uncovered from her past. Okay. This all started because she's been on tour doing these comedy shows where she gets guys on stage to touch her. And it's quite uncomfortable. It's a very weird skit thing she's doing. And she went on somewhere and told a story about how she thought it was a funny story about how she had a young kid come on stage. And when she was telling the story, it sounded like a young guy, not that it makes it better, but it sounded more like a young guy, not a legitimate, like, I don't know, 10-year-old, however old this kid was. Seeing the video was jarring. And she was telling the story and she was trying to get the kid to touch him. She was trying to get him to put her hands down her pants and grab cheese balls. It was very weird. And the kid kept saying, no. And she was like, why? Like, tried to get him to do it. And he was like, no, I'm like supposed to be up here as your friend. Like, it was like this whole thing.
Yeah.
So fucking bizarre and creepy, and I don't even know what the word disgusting, like I don't even know what the word is for it. Like, what her explaining the story and then seeing the video, I'm like, I couldn't even wrap my head around what I was reading. It was insanely bizarre. And then there was a video of her doing blackface to Beyonce's Single Ladies, and her PR team said no, her face was painted green. Which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
People have come out that have said that she had a show on Netflix, and there are people who said that she was racist while she was making the show. There's more and more people are coming out, and because when somebody does something right, then everyone flocks and they're like, this is our time to speak up, because now people are gonna have eyeballs on it, because maybe if we said this, it would have blown under the rug, but now that there's so many eyes, people see all these other things.
Yeah. I saw a few other like stories of her bringing people onto stage and doing like inappropriate things.
She's like making people touch them touch her on stage. It's very inappropriate. It's disgusting. She released a song today, Toxic Gossip Train, on Apple Music.
Right.
She actually seems sick in the head.
And she also released a video a few days ago, right? Where she like apology.
She was like
song,
playing the guitar,
played the ukulele.
Yeah, the ukulele.
And she like sang it, which, there's something that's
not right.
You're not right.
There's something not right there, and I can't believe
if that happens to you and you say, you know what, I'm gonna do my apology while playing the ukulele. No.
She's gone full villain, like making song. I'm like, who allowed this person to be famous in the first place? Miranda Sings was the most unfunny fucking thing that we saw as kids.
She always kind of freaked me out, and I feel like this validates that feeling.
Always. Whoever thought that was funny?
Yeah.
Her with her red lipstick and whatever act she was trying to put on. It was never funny.
Yeah.
It was just weird.
Well, and this is all just very creepy and uncomfortable.
Every part of it.
Yeah.
She's just like an inappropriate person.
And anytime you see something like this and there's video evidence, you know, like there's video evidence, and it's like, okay, now you're like doubling down and turning it into a video. You're playing the ukulele. Now you're putting out a song that people can stream, and I'm sure you're making money from. It feels very gross.
It's dirty. It's all dirty. and weird, and like there's nothing funny about any of it. Like just nothing funny at all. Very creepy person, in my opinion, and also just seems like a bad person too.
Yeah,
you know. Oh gosh. Last topic.
Yes.
You know, some of these topics are more serious than I anticipated. You know, I was excited to talk about
well,
them.
Well, because they were surprising headlines, I would say, for the week. Oh, Taylor Lautner flipping is what we can go back to give us a nice warm hug.
Always. Yeah, that one just feels like nice and cozy. The other ones are like, why are people the way they are?
Yeah.
You know, you throw your hands up in the air and go, why?
I know.
Why?
This is just more drama.
Yeah, this one's juicy. So there have been rumors, I think, for years about Mauricio and Kyle Richards and their relationship. And on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they've had a great relationship. Everyone's always looked at them as this beautiful couple that has been together for years. There's always been a little bit of rumors of like, oh, I saw Mauricio here and I saw him this and whatever. And then it came out that they were splitting up.
Across all media, like people, everything was reporting that they have split up.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Rocked Bravo Nation. And then
sure did.
Kyle and Mauricio put out a statement of their own.
Yep.
Where they're like, we're not splitting up.
Yeah.
And then they're seen on 4th of July posing together. So I don't know what happened there.
It's very confusing.
It was reported everywhere that they were splitting up. And then boom, we're not splitting up. How does that happen?
I have no idea.
Because I'm assuming things get run by their PR people before they're printed in the press. And
but
sometimes people will just print things, but a lot of times they reach out, and I would assume the publicist would go, no, not true.
Right. Do you want to comment on this story about and your husband splitting up?
Not true.
Yeah, they put out a statement that said, in regards to the news that came out about us today, any claims regarding us divorcing are untrue. So maybe that's like, maybe we're talking semantics, because now we're seeing a lot of celebrity couples that are like, oh, we're splitting up, but we're not divorcing. Like it's like, oh, you know.
Which, by the way, Croy,
back together. They're
Croy
good.
and Kim are good.
They're good.
They are no longer getting divorced.
They're good.
Maybe they nipped her gambling problem in the butt.
I don't know what they did, but they're A-okay now.
In the bud. Nipped in the bud because of like...
In the bud.
Like a bud of a flower.
I think.
But you can also nip somebody in the butt.
You could.
You can give them a little pinch on the butt.
Yep.
Anyways, they're not getting a divorce.
Anyway, they're not getting a divorce. It said, however, yes, we have had a rough year, the most challenging one of our marriage, but we both love and respect each other tremendously. There has been no wrongdoing on anyone's part. Although we are in the public eye, we ask to be able to work through our issues privately. While it may be entertaining to speculate, please do not create false stories that fit a further salacious narrative. Thank you for the love and support, Kyle and Mauricio. So, an underlying rumor here is that Kyle is potentially having some kind of relationship with country singer Morgan Wade. And that has been a rumor that's been on the internet for a little bit now. And so everyone pointed to that because Kyle and Morgan Wade hang out together all the time. They are seen together. Often they're still seen together. They're seen together walking the streets like 2 days ago. There's been people trying to point out that they have matching tattoos or like this is happening, and they seem to be very close. So that has raised some eyebrows. Or like, is Kyle dating Morgan Wade? What is happening there? Is that why they're splitting up? But now it seems like they're not splitting up. They're posting, Kyle's posting family photos together, like the whole family's together. So it is just very confusing. Allegedly, they are now, they picked the cameras back up. I don't know if they were filming and then stopped filming, but the cameras are rolling for whatever it is that's going on right now for the next season of Beverly Hills. So I guess we'll see it play out. But it's been kind of wild to see like divorce reports and then them say they're not splitting, and then that's just kind of been it. Like there's been no other news really about it. So it's like, well, what's happening?
Everybody wants a little taste of that Vanderpump juice. Everybody wants a little bit of that Vanderpump bump of views on that Bravo network.
Looking for the
ratings. It's going to be a great year for Bravo.
Yes.
You know, because all those shows are not on right now.
Yeah.
But people are like, oh, they got the ratings. I want the ratings.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's crazy. So I'm not quite sure what is now going on there, but I guess we'll have to wait and watch it on the show, which it sounds like that's way too far to. I need more info now.
Yeah. Give it to us now, please.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Yep.
Anyways, Taylor Lautner did backflips on stage of
let's-
Taylor Swift concert.
Taylor Lautner spur of the moment backflips.
Forever. Will never get old.
Just,
It will never get old.
Makes
If
my
we
heart
could-
backflip.
If we could play a video instead of a song,
Oh.
I would play Taylor Lautner's backflips before each podcast.
Or just the clip of him saying, I did not plan those flips.
There's nothing better than a spur of the moment backflip. Wish I could do
That's my
that.
favorite part. The best part is him just taking the microphone and saying, I did not plan that.
Just the adrenaline got to him, took over. Somebody else took over his body and did those.
Shark Boy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, God. I love it so much. It's a great way to move into
Yeah. All right.
next.
We got Trent and then the interview. So let's
Yes.
get into those.
All right, we have a great Bachelor recap. Trent is here. I got a nice ice cold Coors Light in my hand. We are ready to talk about The Bachelor. But first, everyone thinks about that day that they'll eventually get to retire and enjoy all the freedom that comes with it. But who says we have to wait decades before we get to kick back and chill out? Take advantage of that free will and spend the summer chillin' like a retiree and pair those moments with Coors Light, the beer that's made to chill. It pairs well with that retired state of mind. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold, so you know when it's time to grab another. You can see it right here. Look at those blue mountains. It's perfect for all your summer plans or lack thereof. No judgment here. This summer, chill like you're retired with Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks. And always celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All right, everyone. We are here with Trent, very special guest. We're going to do a Bachelor recap. We are so excited to have him back. Trent, how's your summer been going?
My summer's been going pretty good. A lot of traveling for the golf podcast. In June, I was home 2 days.
Busy bee.
Yeah, it's been busy. It's our busy time of year. That's why I missed, I think, the first recap, the first Cutting Stems. So It's been busy, but it's good to be in here. And I said this during Cutting Stems, but this new studio is beautiful.
Thank you.
And congrats
Much
to you two
appreciated.
also.
Thank you.
I'm going to repeat that as well.
Yep.
I just
Thank
want
you.
people to know.
So that it's said multiple times across all platforms.
I don't want people to be like, why didn't he congratulate them?
Yep.
This bug is all over
There's
me.
a bug in here.
It won't leave you
And
alone.
It won't.
Yeah.
But congratulations
Thank you.
on the
Thank you.
engagements and congratulations on the new studio.
Thank you very much.
It's really nice in here.
Thanks. We've been waiting for you to check out the studio.
You have not been here.
I know. I just haven't been.
Does
On
he
the
owe any
life
money?
on the road.
Oh, I probably do owe money.
Yeah. $5
$5?
from the first Cutting Stems.
I do not have cash on me. I
All
forgot.
right, we accept Venmo.
All right, you poor.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll Venmo Noah, and then who knows where that money goes.
Well,
but
Yeah,
we're
don't
happy to
Venmo
have you
Noah.
here.
I know I'm excited to be here. How's your guys' summer been? I mean,
It's been
obviously pretty
dandy.
great.
So far, so good.
I feel like it's I feel like it's just starting, but also going.
but also
quick.
going fast.
Yeah.
Because I was already just, sitting down looking at the next few weekends, and it's just life's planned out. Just like
You're all booked up.
there's so much stuff going on, and then August is over. It's crazy.
Yeah, summer's gonna fly by.
It always
Yeah,
does.
September's still kind of nice. Not technically summer, I guess. but
September's my favorite
really enjoy September and October.
the fall is beautiful.
There's something about
I love the fall.
October that like really gets me tingling.
It's probably my birthday.
We got,
Yeah, that's exactly.
gotta kill
it.
this bug.
We have to.
This bug is.
we gotta
have
kill
to
this
because
bug.
I have so many mosquito bites on my legs. I can't afford to
You
have
use
more.
a notebook to hit it out.
Come on,
I
big
know,
strong
it's-
man over
it's-
there.
it hasn't-
I mean,
Kill this bug for us.
I'm trying to.
It hasn't shown.
right on
It's
my
very
mic.
small, but
Right, it's like almost
testy.
hard to catch. Oh, it's on the mic. Oh, there it goes. Oh,
Don't worry, Trent. I'll save you. It's on your thumb. It's on your thumb.
It's on my thumb.
Oh, it is. It's on your thumb.
Everybody just relax.
did you get it?
I don't know.
I feel like you got it.
I think I got it. I got cat-like reflexes, so
Everybody, don't say a word.
I think we killed the bug.
All right, I think we did
You mean
as
it's,
well.
it's dead on the couch?
Oh yeah, there it
watch
is.
out for!
Oh.
Don't get it on Beulah.
I won't
Flick it off the couch.
flick it off the couch.
Yeah,
Consensus.
Flick it
yes,
off the
flick it off the
couch.
couch. Leave it on the ground. Much
All right,
better.
gone.
Okay, perfect.
I can
All
see
right.
it right there.
Wonderful. It'll get vacuumed up at a later date.
Yeah, it's pretty manly.
Oh my God, our hero.
Thank God Trent's in here.
No, summer's been a little strange. It feels like it's going by quickly, and I just haven't done much. So.
Do you like summer?
It's not my favorite season. No. fall is definitely my favorite season. I actually would put summer third.
Really? What's before it?
I feel like we've had this
fall,
debate, the three of
spring,
us.
summer, winter.
The
Spring's
three
a
of
bad
us have
thing.
definitely had this conversation before.
I think that's right.
Mine goes fall, summer, spring, winter.
Mine has changed as I've gotten older. Mine is summer, fall, spring, winter. I am loving the fall as I've gotten into my older years
Yeah, it's great. I love hoodie
Yeah,
weather.
you used to be a little bit down on fall.
because school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was still stuck in the school
I
mindset
know
of
you
like
mean.
when school starts.
Yeah.
But then you get that tingly feeling around October. I
A
said
little
that
cold air.
Yeah.
it's like,
Like
but
crisp.
like it's still hot in the sun.
Yep.
But when you step out, it's crisp.
Oh, yeah.
There's something about it that like really makes me tingle.
Winter always
Couldn't agree more.
is always in last place. And I will say New York winter last year was very strange.
Yeah, it was.
No
Gloomy.
snow. It was just like 45 degrees for 3 months.
Yeah, no sun. The sun just didn't
Right.
come out.
I would rather be snowing than just be gloomy.
100%. I would rather snow than rain.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
agreed. Anyways, that's weather,
Absolutely.
folks.
And that's talking seasons.
There you go.
Let's talk about this season of The Bachelorette.
Okay.
Oh my God, she's perfect at it. She's a genius. Let her host the show.
Yeah,
Let her host The
seriously.
Bachelorette.
I was so good
I
at
will
that.
say
Get rid of Jesse Palmer.
I say this not really in a mean way, but I'm pretty down on Jesse.
He just hasn't. I will say I'm very neutral on it because he has not added or taken away anything. You know.
Which in that role, I want you to like bring something
Yeah.
to the table.
I was about to say something so mean. I'm still going to say it, but
Okay.
it's just like not even really how I feel.
Please.
He just doesn't have the it factor.
No.
It's not a crazy thing to say.
He just doesn't have it.
Yeah.
You know, when people talk about it, Jesse Palmer doesn't have it.
Like I would have preferred a complete wild card to what
Yeah.
Jesse has been.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know I think he follows probably all of us, and he maybe is
Yeah.
aware of the things that are said about him. You know, he's just very much kind of like a
Nice
that's-
guy.
Yeah.
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 Sorry, Jesse.
No, it's totally fair.
Imagine watching a podcast of three idiots and one of them goes, he just doesn't have
I
it.
know. Why do our opinions hold
Right.
any weight?
He just doesn't have it. Like, what the fuck does it matter when I say Jesse Palmer? You have the job.
He's good looking.
Yeah, he is good looking, successful.
Nice guy.
He's got it all,
I follow him
really.
on Instagram. He goes on nice vacations.
He's
He,
doing the
he actually
job.
truly has it all.
So what does it
Beautiful
matter?
wife. They travel the world together.
Good for them.
I know.
He's doing great.
I
He
know.
is.
He definitely is. He
and
definitely
he clearly
is.
had something to
get
become
hired.
the host.
He did.
Gotta have something.
You're now
You're
like
now completely backtracked.
on your
I think
own
you've given.
opinion.
I think you've actually now given him the it factor.
You know who has it?
Jesse Palmer. He just has it.
that really is like that's podcasting summed up. Like if you stitch together all
if
of
you
my
talk
opinions
about
on
anything
the
for
golf
long enough.
podcast, I've been on every side of every issue.
That is truly what it is, because you find yourself going, why did I even just say that?
Right.
Do I even mean that? And you just find yourself talking in circles.
100%.
You
Talking and talking
you
and
can
talking.
end up on any side of an argument when you talk things out with people.
That's right. And it's whatever it's that, and it's whatever the last thing I read on like Twitter. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
If I read one article, that's my opinion for 4 months.
And then if somebody says something else to you, you're like, you know what? Maybe that's it.
Right. But I think that's the good way to be be
Yeah.
able to be impressionable. I'm a little too impressionable with those opinions, but whatever.
I feel ya.
I don't feel that strongly about anything.
Same. Like that. Like it's because you know what? I do think it's a good quality to have to be able to see both sides of everything.
Right. People will be like, "Oh, you're a flip-flopper." And it's like, I have like a small attention span.
And it's like, sue me for being so empathetic to people.
Yeah, sorry I'm filled with empathy.
Anyways,
Braden.
Oh man, we can probably fly through this pretty quickly. We talked on Cutting Stems for an hour, so if you want a more in-depth episode breakdown, you can listen to that as well on the Chicks in the Office YouTube.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Braden got the one-on-one date. He's been causing all the drama. The men are all butthurt over Braden.
They are.
They
Which
don't
I
think
get.
Braden deserves the spotlight he's getting. There's some guys that are like really They seem like they have the moral. Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
They seem like they have the moral high ground over some of the other guys. They're like, we're older and more mature, and we could talk shit about everybody else. Aaron S.
Adrian.
And Braden got this date. They were all very upset. They took a helicopter
Oceanside.
to the ocean. And they went to San Diego to the Padres stadium.
Park.
Right? That's
Yeah.
where they went?
Yep.
There were some mascots running around. They were having a great time. It was a lovely
Charity
date.
got hit in the face with a baseball.
Yes, you did. That's unfortunate.
She came away unscathed, but that can be dangerous.
Yeah. She's lucky that didn't cause a massive black eye. That's my worst nightmare.
Yeah, a little kid got fucking line drive right to his head yesterday during the home run derby.
No.
Did you see that?
No.
What? I
Oh
didn't
my
see
God.
that.
Rocked his head back.
Is he all right?
I didn't follow up.
Twitter just keeps going.
Yeah, that's
Oh my Lord.
sad.
Keep scrolling.
I saw the video and I said, man, and I didn't
Jeez, that's
no
awful.
follow up on that.
The guys in the house can bitch and moan all they want about Braden, but the fact of the matter is that Charity likes him.
For some godforsaken reason, I do not understand why.
Well, it's like when we were watching Hannah Brown with Luke P. Everyone was
Yeah,
like,
true.
what is she thinking? And he made it to hometowns.
He made it really
Isn't
far.
it really crazy
Yeah.
to think Luke P made it to hometowns?
Yeah. No, you could not be more right. I cannot imagine sitting across from somebody and having a serious conversation on a date with him wearing those earrings and not having it be addressed. Like, it's one
You're
thing.
so disgusted by the
I'm
earrings. I
so
love it.
disgusted by the earrings. I just
I
want-
love it so much.
I also just want them to like, I just want him to acknowledge, or Charity to acknowledge, and they kind of, it's like a joking matter, but it's not funny. Take the earrings off. Like, I don't want to hear about your sad history. You got your one-on-one date. You always got to tell your story. Everybody's got something to share. Braden's he's been cheated on before. It's very triggering for him.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot take this man seriously with those earrings in. You're kind of asking to be cheated on. You wearing those earrings.
What?
Oh my God! She just went there. I was not expecting
Talk
that.
about saying something that I don't really mean, but
Right, I know.
Ria's energy just her energy just seeped into me, and I was like, you know what? I'm throwing it out
That
there.
is something Rio would say.
I'm so happy you said it. It like made me love you 100 times more. You know, like I'm so glad you just said that.
You couldn't believe you were saying
you-
I
that.
know.
It
I
was
was like,
coming
I'm
out
gonna
of
do it. I'm gonna say it.
And didn't it feel good?
It did. It did. Yeah.
He's just. We could go on and on about Braden. He's a different cat, but I'm not sure he's like completely committed to it.
No, and he doesn't like really seem like a bad guy
He does
per
not.
se.
Like that's the thing.
You're
Like,
doing the Jesse Palmer thing.
I am.
but that's the
That's
thing.
the thing. Like, I think he's easy. He seems like a punching bag. Like, it's easy to make fun of him,
He's an
and the
easy
guys
target.
are also going after him. But like, has he done one bad thing? It doesn't seem like it.
That's where I like when we
Just
talk
his
about.
earings.
Yeah,
When we
just
talk
the
about
earrings.
it's Luke P. The comparison. I don't even love that comparison because Luke P. I think is legitimately a bad guy, like
Yeah.
a manipulative bad
Right.
guy. Braden, there's parts of him that are manipulative, like him saying, "I'm going to pack my bags and I'm going to leave because you made these guys sit through the Bachelor's longest kiss." Like, dude, shut the fuck up. If you're gonna threaten to leave, then leave. He said it like 5 times and he didn't leave.
Yeah.
That's the only part of Braden that I don't love. Everything else, he's just an
like
easy
he just
target.
he just seems douchey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard
like,
to
you know,
lump.
doesn't mean he's a bad guy, but
Right.
he seems douchey.
And it is unfair to lump people together like that. Like there is a difference between somebody who's genuinely a bad person who's like has malicious intent versus somebody who just is kind of a douchebag and doesn't
and,
realize
like, wants
it
to be on TV.
And like there is so many layers to these things that
That's
you're
how we
right.
feel about
He's
Sean.
not a Luke.
He's
P.
also 24. He's
Yeah.
so young.
Right.
There's a lot to Braden.
It's the same way I feel about Sean. It's just like this guy, he's also an easy target. Like they're gonna laugh at him. They're gonna make he's younger. He's got a little bit of a big ego.
Yeah.
And so he's another one that they're gonna like go after a little bit.
I am praying to the Bachelorette gods that Sean does something awful. And I feel like we are just saying our intrusive thoughts right now.
Yeah.
But
You just want the tables to turn. On shows.
and that sounds evil, but I just think it would be hilarious.
I
we know
kinda
what
got
kind of
that.
he'd be a great villain.
Yeah. It's
yeah,
just
I
like,
would
just think
be.
it would be hilarious.
he just fits the stereotype of what kind of guy does not do well on this show.
Right, like I think Braden at a certain point is going to self-destruct and
Yeah.
Charity's going to send him home.
Right.
And I think Sean is going to fill the void of like, I'm the young douchey guy in the house now.
Right. And
I mean, we saw a
yeah.
little bit of it after he won, jumping a little bit far ahead.
No, you're good. I was going to take us there right now.
The Barbie date where he wins and then comes to the group date afterwards and he's singing in the house, or not in the house, wherever, and he's pissing off Aaron S. Like, he's got the personality of a villain.
When Aaron was like, are you an only child?
Yeah, are you an only child?
He just had no response.
That definitely hurt Sean.
He looked sad after that.
Have a slice of humble pie.
But also, Aaron S., shut up, dude.
I know.
He's the guy, he was the one who, after Charity picked Sean at the Barbie date, he was like, well, I guess if you want a guy like that, then pick him. But if you want a guy who hunts and camps and fishes, pick a guy like me. It's like, dude, you were just on a Barbie date.
I know. It was just kind of funny, too, because Aaron S. had a lot to say these last 2 episodes and then just straight up got sent home at the end of this episode with really no recognition. Like, it was just like, you're gone. But the Barbie date, shout out Barbie. It's everywhere. The movie comes out in a couple weeks. Everybody's talking about it. You can't escape Barbie right now. You just can't. And they made a whole date about it, obviously.
I probably won't, no.
Even if it's on demand?
I might watch it then. I'd be more of an Oppenheimer guy than a Barbie guy.
Yeah.
Do you have cable?
It's got a 100p on
I have.
Rotten
I
Tea
saw
right
that
now.
Barbie. I saw that Barbie was getting rave reviews. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have YouTube TV.
You're dressed like an Oppenheimer guy.
Is that right?
That's like how you dress.
Oh, God.
Your
What's that
tones.
Ooh, I don't know.
No, like just like dark tone, like black
Yeah.
shirt,
Just a
neutrals.
bomb
neutral.
guy.
Like Barbie is like pink and like,
I will say the commercials
There was
for
no
Barbie.
insult to you.
I didn't feel that.
I
way.
love your fashion.
Thank you. I didn't feel.
I think you're an
insulted.
icon.
Wow. I didn't feel insulted.
I like those sneakers. I used to have them, remember?
Oh yeah, I do.
Wait,
remember
now
that.
it says 0 reviews.
I saw a headline that said
Was that
the
fake?
reviews were fake.
Oh
Like
shit.
a news being like, don't believe the Barbie reviews. Like,
Oh, well, I mean, if you go on to Rotten Tomatoes now, there's not a single review there. There's no
I
score.
checked yesterday. It says nothing.
So, damn.
That movie's gonna make a lot of
Your
money.
Rotten
right?
Tomatoes get hacked. 100%. They can't put that much marketing behind it. And
It's also got a
people are gonna
built-in
go see it.
audience.
Yeah.
Like I feel like anyone who grew up playing with Barbie is like, I'm gonna go see that, and that felt like
Yeah.
everybody.
It's also just as far as like movie goers go, like people like Greta Gerwig is a big deal. People love her.
Yep.
And love her movies. So like they're gonna go see that for that reason. And also like it has a ridiculously star-studded cast. So
True.
same with Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I want to see. I'll probably see them both, but I'd be more interested in Oppenheimer.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
More of a Christopher Nolan guy.
I like Christopher Nolan. I thought Tenet was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Yeah,
but
agree.
before that, yeah.
Pre-Tenant.
I'm a pre-Tenet Christopher Nolan.
Pre-Tenant
guy.
Christopher Nolan. We'll see how
Dunkirk.
post-Tenant goes.
Right. We got.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Trent's
What
a
movie?
pervert. That's why he
Dunkirk.
wants to see Oppenheimer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a
Harry Styles.
pervert. That's why I want to see Oppenheimer. That's
Yeah.
a pervert movie.
You heard about the long sex scene in there.
You told me about the long sex scene in that
Yeah,
movie.
that's
you
why people are going
pervert.
to see Oppenheimer, to see the sex scene.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? Sometimes I say things to Marty, and he's like, "I think you're the pervert." He's like, "I think it's you."
No,
You're
he's right.
projecting.
He is
Yeah.
right. He is
yeah,
right.
he's like, "You have this dirty mind."
You do have a dirty mind.
You're projecting onto everyone around you.
Oh, okay. So, anyway, they do the Barbie date. They all dress up as different Kens. They have to sing, dance, do the whole thing. Sean wins because he takes his shirt off and kisses Charity, and Charity is, I think, just physically happy about that.
Definitely.
Just liked what she saw.
Despite Caleb B having the voice of an angel.
Right, which I don't, he was fine.
You guys had said that on Cutting
was-
Stems.
He was a fine singer. Nothing crazy. He's not winning any competitions.
I did watch it with a critical eye again when I rewatched it, and it's not,
Yeah.
It is a case of everyone else was so bad.
So bad, yes.
And he
yes.
was just a little bit better than average,
Yes.
but still, justice for Caleb B. He should have won.
Yeah. So Sean won the date, but the group date rose.
I thought that was interesting. I was thinking about
was
that
there
afterwards.
a group date rose?
There was that ended up going to Dotton because on the after portion, like Sean then goes and walks the pier with Charity.
Yeah.
But doesn't get a rose there. And then there's a night portion where they all have conversations. And I
Yeah.
believe Dotton got the group date rose.
Ah.
I'm pretty sure.
I think I might have missed that.
Well, no, because didn't then Charity threaten to take the rose?
No, she was threatening to take the rose away from Braden because Braden got the date on their one-on-one.
Oh, right.
They got the rose on their one-on-one.
I think that's right.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I think that's
you
right.
are probably right.
Because then Sean comes in singing.
Yeah.
That's the group portion, and then I think Dalton got it.
Another thing the guys were particularly salty about was Warwick getting a one-on-one date. Once again, shout out Aaron S. for really being like, this guy, what do you... When they had that conversation where the guys were all sitting around and they were like, what do you know about Warwick? It's like, and they were like, I don't know, he's a nice guy. They're like, exactly. You know nothing about him. It's like, whoa, calm down. And you know what? It worked out in the end for all of them because Warwick had the most boring one-on-one date that's maybe ever been on this show.
So good.
And he got sent home, and he seemed happy about it.
He was thrilled that he was going to be able to sleep.
Yeah.
He just needed to go home and sleep.
Charity said, I can't give you this rose. Is it okay if I walk you out? And he was like, yeah, walk me out. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
No worries.
I really love that date. It was so different than what we usually see on this show. Watching Warwick not say anything, not help her scoop the ice cream, not be able to talk about anything.
Yeah.
It was really a wonderful date, I thought.
Wonderful display of really not giving a shit about the date at all.
Just wanted some ice cream.
I want to see Warwick again. I hope he goes to Paradise.
I would like to see more one-on-one dates like this. Like just dates, one-on-one dates that go bad. I'm tired of every one-on-one date going well.
Agreed.
And their connection being great and them getting a rose.
That's a great
Let's
point.
have more where there is just no chemistry whatsoever and they get sent home.
Right, because it's not possible for them to have chemistry with every person.
Exactly.
There's got to be like this.
Honestly,
there's just no chemistry.
They
Right.
probably have to do it this way because if the lead actually went with how they felt, they'd probably send way more people home, and that would just make the show go way faster.
True.
Like it would just, production-wise, more people would be disappearing at a faster rate. So no rose for Warwick, but the cocktail party before the rose ceremony gets dramatic because Aaron B tattles on Brayden and says that Brayden's not ready for an engagement, and he's telling this to the guys, and maybe he's saying something different to Charity. And Charity gets very upset. There's a lot of threats about that rose being pulled off Brayden's jacket, and then just empty threats.
I don't think Brayden did all that much wrong in the whole scenario. Like, during the Petco Park date, Brayden expresses to Charity, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this all the way through. I know that we have a connection.
Yeah.
I know that I like you. But in terms of this getting really serious by the end, that I don't know about. Charity doesn't love that, but she likes Brayden enough to keep him around. And then Aaron B snitches on Brayden for things that, in my opinion, Brayden has been telling Charity all along. Now, the engagement thing is a little bit different. He doesn't explicitly say, I don't think I can get engaged at the end of this, but that's kind of implied.
Right.
So I don't, like, Aaron B was just telling Charity information she already knew. It upset Charity, maybe that Brayden was going around the house saying these things, and I get that. But overall, and Brayden is still sticking around, he didn't get the rose ripped off of his chest. I didn't think he did anything that wrong.
I don't think that's a crazy take here. I think that kind of makes sense, and because at the end of the day, Charity still likes him.
Yep.
And still thinks there's a connection. I think probably more of her anger about it was that like the other guys were talking about it. I don't think it doesn't feel good to know like the guy, like if he's telling the other guys like, oh, I don't really know if I can get engaged. It's one thing to say it to her. It's another thing to like say it to all the other guys.
Fair.
And I would not like that. So she doesn't like it. And then, it's just a lot of empty threats to rip the rose away. Would have been fucking awesome if she did it.
So cool.
She didn't do it. And Aaron S. and James, I believe, were the ones that were sent
I
home.
also think Adrian might have gone home.
Really?
I think so.
I feel like they showed those two, but did Adrian get did the two old complainers get sent home in one swift go?
I could be wrong. James went home. Poor James. He's a guy who is just a victim of other guys in the house pissing off Charity and her leaving dates early, and he just can never get time.
Yeah.
So he got sent home. He was looking sad the whole episode. But I could have swore I watched Adrian leave.
Let's look at this recap and see what we got.
I could be wrong about that, but that would be the two old guys. They'd be gone, and it'd just be the young spring break guys in the house.
Which would probably make the most sense for Charity.
James, Adrian, and Aaron S.
There you go.
So Adrian and Aaron S. just...
The old guys are gone.
Out they go. And then it looks like we're going to get more Brayden versus Aaron B in the next episode, which makes me a little upset because I like Aaron B and I like him for Charity a lot. I really liked their date in the second week. Like, I thought they have good chemistry together. I feel like he's a good fit for her. They have similar family backgrounds. But if he gets too involved in this Brayden drama, it's going to be a turnoff for her, for sure.
If you had to give a top 3 right now, could you?
I would go.
Like, I think Brayden is at the top.
I was gonna say, like,
Brayden
your
is,
top
I think Brayden is
personal
at the top
3 or her top 3.
Top 3 of who you think is going to win.
I think Brayden is.
I think Brayden is currently in the top 3.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think I put Aaron in there. I think I put.
Dare I say Sean?
Right, like
I think I put maybe Joey.
Joey should be up there.
Sneaker.
Yeah.
I like Joey.
I think I don't know if John is top 3 potential, but he did get the group date. He had a moment like week 2 that he did pretty well. He was not as seen as much week 3.
I think right off the bat, we all like Joey, so I hope he keeps on this pace where
Yeah.
he doesn't get involved in anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems pretty chill.
He does.
It's
So
just, I haven't seen that many like strong connections. It's been so much Brayden
Yeah.
that it's kind of
No, it's
taken
really
over
been the
whole show.
Brayden show for the last 2 weeks.
Big
And it doesn't seem like that's going to end for next week. But I feel like anytime a star burns this bright early, they don't make it to the end. Like, if you're when you're the star of the show in the first 5 weeks and like fucking every episode is about you, I don't think sometimes you make it all the way to the end.
That's a good point, too.
Yeah, you just don't want to see the earrings anymore.
Yeah.
I really don't. I really don't. You know what I do want to see? What his jewelry box looks like. Like, what has he got in there, you know?
It's got to be an extensive
It has to be
collection.
extensive.
You know what would be great if he came in here and he let you rip his earrings off?
Just,
Ooh.
How good that would feel.
Ooh.
well, I wouldn't want to tear, you know.
No, not tear, but
Yeah.
maybe
He would be a good podcast guest.
Yeah.
Yeah. He went on Bachelor Happy Hour and I talked to Grocery Store Joe about it because he was still wearing the earrings when he went on the podcast. And I had to ask him, like, he's seriously wearing those earrings?
Yeah.
And Joe was like, yeah. It's
his thing?
It's just his thing. Apparently he really loves Johnny Depp.
He's got a little Johnny Depp in him.
He wants to be a pirate.
He just wants to be a
I'm
pirate,
not
I
quite
think.
sure he loves Johnny Depp or if he loves Jack Sparrow.
True.
Yep.
When he was standing at the rose ceremony last night in it was like an all black suit.
Yeah.
He had a little Johnny Depp in him.
Yeah, I think which
Who
honestly,
doesn't want to be Jack Sparrow? I want to be Jack Sparrow.
being Jack Sparrow is very different than being Johnny Depp.
I don't
That's
think
true.
you want to be Johnny Depp.
Red flag
Spend a lot
if
of
you
time
want
in
to.
court.
Red flag,
Yeah.
you want to be like Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
No, you want to be like Jack Sparrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
If I-
take Jack
What
Sparrow.
about younger Johnny Depp?
No,
90s Johnny Depp.
no,
Still the same person.
still the same guy. Yes,
Maybe he got worse over time.
I don't know if this is Johnny Depp a bad guy?
Arguably, yes.
It depends who you ask.
It really
Okay.
depends on.
It's
who
one
you
of those
ask.
things where if you could see both sides to the
Yeah.
situation.
It's like Amber Heard really came out of that case looking worse publicly.
Yeah.
However,
It was a who's worse situation,
However,
not
like
who's the
he
good
was
guy.
not an angel.
Yeah.
Like he didn't do
Okay.
everything right and she did everything wrong. It was like they both did a lot of things wrong. She just kind of maybe did a few more things wrong.
Yeah, like maybe she
Okay.
was a little worse, but he was not great.
Yeah.
That's life.
Yeah.
That's kind of life. But I would rather be Jack Sparrow then.
No, 100%.
Right.
Yes. And I think that's exactly who
Yeah,
he
I
wants
think the
to be.
argument is like if you want to be Johnny Depp or Jack Sparrow, I think people are choosing
Yeah,
Jack
I think
Sparrow.
that's exactly who he
Oh.
wants to be.
A pirate's life for me.
Yeah. That'd be me.
And you know, he's a travel nurse.
I don't know. Do I want he's what?
He is a travel nurse. So I feel like he like wants to live that pirate life.
Brandon, I was thinking of Jack
No,
Sparrow.
no.
I was like, no, he's a
Brandon-
pirate.
No, he's a pirate.
I'm pretty sure
He's a pirate.
an alcoholic pirate.
I saw the movies. That guy's a pirate.
I just mean in the sense of like, you know, pirates are always on the go. And so is Brandon.
One and the same. Travel nurses and pirates.
Travel nurses really are modern day pirates.
Modern day pirates.
If you really
Yep.
boil it down.
Yeah. And they're helping people
Yeah.
instead of stealing from them. But
It's like, all right, yeah,
yeah.
yep. I'm
Okay.
gonna watch the Pirates of the Caribbean.
They're
movies
such
tonight.
good movies. Yeah, honestly. I wish they were on my flight the other night. I actually wanted some kind of like I wanted a trilogy to watch and just get through all of them on the plane for like a 7-hour flight.
Yeah.
I ended up going with all 3 Creed movies. But
Not quite
Wait,
the
you
same.
watched
Pirates
all
would've
3
been-
Creed movies on the plane?
yeah,
What? That's too much Creed.
Yeah.
That is far
It's
too much
far too
Creed.
much Creed. No, well, because once I finished the second one, I was like, what, am I not going to watch the third?
The second Creed is fantastic.
Second Creed is great. I got sad about the third Creed, no Sly.
Yeah. Second
I
Creed
had
is
to
really
Google,
good.
I didn't realize that. I had to Google that and find out that he was very upset with the direction that movie was going in, and he didn't want to be in it.
I haven't seen any Creeds.
Really?
Oh,
I
the
think you
first
would
one's
love
awesome.
Creed.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
I would
Great
too.
soundtrack.
They're great.
Yeah.
Track.
1 and 2 is great. 3 is good, but it's a different vision.
You would love the soundtrack of Creed.
Was
Really?
Creed?
It's all great,
Did
like
Ryan
rap
Coogler
songs.
direct the third? Or
no, Michael
he
B.
didn't-
Jordan directed the third one.
Michael B. Jordan directed it.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
All right. I'll watch Creed.
And Sly didn't like the story it was telling, and he wasn't a part of it.
I mean, that whole thing is Sly's baby, right? The whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I guess
well, he's got a battle with one of the producers. Apparently, goes real deep. I was reading about it on the plane.
Oh, I'm going to study up on this.
Yeah,
Sly wrote the original Rocky. He wrote the whole thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess he's been battling with like
I had no
the owner
idea.
of how
Yeah.
much technical, like intelligent IP like he really has over Rocky the character, and I think he doesn't have all of it. Or
Interesting.
something with like, and there was some other spin-off or something that was supposed to be done.
That's the classic battle in life, right?
Yeah. Yep.
What's that?
When you don't own your own work,
Yep.
like Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You make a big stink about it.
Yeah. Well, slide into the third movie. So, okay, that wraps up the
All right.
Bachelorette. See you next week.
'Tis the season of loving your sunglasses, but finding yourself getting them stuck in your hair at all times. Do you love your shades, but find them getting caught in your hair, and it's extremely frustrating because that happens to me? Our friends at Shady Rays designed sunglasses just for you. Their tangle-free aviator is all style and no tangle with their patent-pending nose pieces created to avoid any snags in your hair. I'm a classic aviator fan. I love a nice aviator sunglass. I feel like they're timeless, they're classic, but one thing that really annoys me is when they get stuck in my hair. That's why the Shady Rays glasses are perfect for that reason. Shady Rays' tangle-free aviators are one of their hottest selling collections right now, and they've added even more styles. Find out why they have over 250,000 five-star reviews for yourself. If you don't love your shades, exchange or return them for free within 30 days. There's no risk in finding your next pair of sunglasses. These sunglasses are their best-selling collection and sell out often, but today, exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is offering 30% off their tangle-free aviators and more. Head to shadyrays.com/tangle-free with code CHICKS. Tangle-free sunglasses for the summer. You can't ask for anything better. When you put your hair in a ponytail, you put your sunglasses up, put them down easily with Shady Rays. So go to shadyrays.com/tangle-free with code CHICKS. All right, everyone, we are here with two very special guests. We are joined by the lovely Gavin and Chris from Amazon's The Summer I Turned Pretty. The new season comes out July 14th. We are so excited to have you guys here today. Thank you for joining us.
No,
Thank you for having us.
This is awesome. You guys were telling us that you haven't really done many podcasts, so we feel very honored. How are we feeling? Nervous that the new season's coming out? Excited? You guys have a lot of press to do.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of press to do.
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
nervous, but this is sick.
Yeah.
I've never done a podcast.
This is so
I'm
sick.
excited.
Yeah, it's one of the first.
I'm like,
it's
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is easy.
We filmed it like a year ago, so
Okay.
it's kind of like we've just been waiting, and then all of a sudden this week it's like boom, 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 boom. So I think we're excited.
yeah, I hope people like it.
So you guys started filming the second season while the first one was airing, or like right after that?
Yeah,
Just
like right
about.
after.
Yeah, right after.
Because it all came out on one
we
day.
did the premiere, and then pretty much
Yeah.
the next week we were like filming.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
yeah.
when you guys were filming the first season, did you have any idea how much it was going to blow up?
No, I mean, of course not. I don't know. I hope that
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
one person watches it.
Yeah.
Just a few more.
Yeah, we definitely knew that the books had a good fan base to
Mm-hmm.
it, but we had no idea. You never really know. You know, sometimes the book adaptations are harder to, keep the fan base from the books to the series. But I think it did really well.
Yes,
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
I know.
Turned out good.
so yeah.
apparently.
Of course, like we can't share too much, but we've watched the second season.
Really?
We got to watch it. Yes, one of the special ones, and it is so good. It takes me. It's a roller coaster always. It's so good. I'm always crying by the end. Always. Well, and I rewatched the first season also, just prepare myself. So, can you guys tell us? The second season is starting. Remind everyone where your characters are, because I think especially with shows that come out all at once, people binge it in a day, and then it's like, oh wait, I kind of forgot what happened.
Yeah.
for it.
I'll speak for Jeremiah. I guess
Yeah,
he just found out his mom has cancer and doing treatments, and then he comes in and his love of his life is like dancing with his brother. That's always a good end of the day, and I think now it's just about it's not about the triangle anymore. It's about Susanna for Jeremiah, and so that's where his focus is at.
Yeah, that's where he's at.
Like, I don't remember.
Like, right.
It's like, where is Conrad? What is?
There's a beach, and at the end of it, I mean, it's important that Jeremiah just found out that their mom has cancer.
Just a little bit.
Conrad is finally like honest about his feelings for Belly, and then they kiss on the beach after dancing instead of Belly and Jeremiah. But it ends like happy, even though it's not addressed.
Right.
Like nobody's addressed. Like, wait, that's kind of whack.
Right. It's like, yes.
It's definitely addressed in the second season, but
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
take
yeah.
it back to the beginning of how you guys got casted and your story behind getting on the show. And also, I think that people become so attached to you guys, right? Like the cast, because, you know, you watch the characters, but then everyone's like, I want to follow them on Instagram and follow this and see how you guys are in real life. So I want to know first impressions of each other as well.
Oh boy. I mean, we didn't really meet until, I don't even know if we really met on a Zoom. We met pretty much in Wilmington.
Yeah, but there was that one Zoom, like before we met anybody, like that everybody was on.
Yeah.
I thought David was an asshole. He was like in the car on Zoom, and I was like,
No,
he didn't
I know,
even
like,
try.
He's not even trying
He's
to
like,
take the time, yeah.
he was one of the dentists. Anyways,
Yeah, that was fun. The audition process was fun. I mean,
Yeah.
during COVID and everything, it all turned to self-tapes. And so I ended up doing it in my room at like 2 a.m. and having, I think, my sister read with me or something at like 2 a.m. And just sent it in and was like, well, you know, I mean, you've done acting it. So you know, like you just kind of throw in the tape and are like, all right, like.
Unfortunately, mine just fell into black holes.
most of them do.
Yours got
Most
picked
of
up.
them do. Most of them do. So yeah, that was kind of what it was like for me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you send in this tape and you never expect to hear back,
Ever,
and then
yeah.
for some reason you do. And I remember having like a session with Jenny Han and casting directors and producers, and then there was like a chemistry read after that, with like 3 different actors playing Belly, Lola being one of them, obviously. But it was wild. It was like a long process.
Yeah.
So were you guys attached before Lola, or was it kind of all around the same time?
She and I were the same time.
I was really late.
Yeah.
Like they were looking for Jeremiah for another like 6, I think 9 weeks total, and like 4 weeks after y'all got cast.
Yeah,
or something
bro. I remember
crazy. It was a
They're like,
long
we'll
time.
pick anybody at this point.
Yeah, and here I am. And they were really digging at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot I was gonna say something, but I don't know what I was gonna say.
And then you guys met on set.
Yeah, we met
Pretty much.
because they brought us down like early before we started filming for like prep week to like hang out, and then also like fittings and table reads and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
You like
But we
act like
just-
brothers.
Yeah.
We
No, actually,
immediately, like one of the, if not the first night we hung out, they just basically kidnapped me from my apartment. And
Yeah.
we went to the beach, and all of them, we all just jumped in the ocean in our clothing. And I remember I was wearing corduroy pants, and it was like 1 a.m. and it was brutal. It was so
That's
gross.
a heavy
your, like,
material
wrist
to
was
be in the
broken at the
ocean.
time, so he was like,
my
I'm
wrist was
wet.
broke at the time. I know. I'm like, yeah, but that was a really fun, memorable night.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
it was so
good
much
time.
fun. And, yeah.
So pre this show, what were you guys doing? Was acting always the dream, what you wanted to do, or what was happening?
This dude's been acting for a while.
Yeah.
I was acting for a while. I actually hung up the hat like right before the project.
Metaphor, dude.
Yeah.
The ripe age of like 21. You were like, I can't do this anymore.
done. I'm retired.
Getting too old.
No, I didn't really have a heart for it anymore, and I was actually doing 2 landscaping jobs, a construction job, and a retail job, and I was just like chilling, and I was making my way to real estate, and then I was like, I just saw this audition come in, and I was like, this is describing me to a T. Like it would be so bad if I didn't just do it, because it's just me. And so, I sent it in and not expecting to hear anything, and bought a plane ticket to Montana to do real estate. And they were like, actually cancel it. You're working. So
How
it was a pretty
relieved
nice
were
call.
you?
I'm happy with whatever I do. I don't think acting is my life. I enjoy it, so I don't have too much like it's not like life or death for me. I can really do whatever. So whether it be real estate or folding clothes, I would be happy. I'm just chilling.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd buy a house from you. I really don't think I would.
What about you, Chris?
I went to school for acting, but I wasn't like trying to do it professionally before then or anything. I studied. I went to Pace downtown here. In
Same for a
Manhattan.
semester.
I was gonna
Did
say
you?
that's Rhea clocked
just
in a
stopped,
semester
couldn't
at
do it?
Pace.
Clocked in one semester and dropped out.
Yeah, dude. It can be.
Yeah.
It's Pace.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
Wasn't for me.
And then I graduated into COVID and was lucky enough to get representation from like school, and I was auditioning for like a year, and then I booked something, and sort of right after I booked that, I booked the show. Like I was about to start shooting that when I booked it, and I was like in Liverpool, and I was like, "Oi, like TV." But so I got lucky. I found acting in like high school, and before then I was playing baseball. And
Yeah. Now I have to
Just a
ask.
regular boy.
I was, it's a good old American kid.
Yeah.
He was.
I won't give anything away for the second season, but there's a part where you sing. Are you
Oh,
a
shit.
singer?
Fuck no. I'm sorry. Can you swear?
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
okay.
good.
All right.
You're good.
I was like,
You're
All right.
good.
He's been waiting
Nah,
for this
you
moment.
can't tell, bro. I
I
don't
was
sing.
like,
Are you kidding
I was
me?
like, I don't want to, offend him, but I feel like he's not a singer.
No, but it's funny because like that stressed me out. I didn't want to do it.
You're like, Rhea, thank you so much for pointing out that one part of the entire
No,
season.
it means a lot, actually.
No, great. Thanks.
It was a great moment. It was a great moment, but I had to ask if you had a singing background.
No, I don't. I really don't. And I was like really nervous about it. But I was like talking to Jenny about it, and I was talking to this dude who sort of like helped me like figure out how to play guitar, and we were like talking about that moment, and I was like, I wanted it to be good because I was like, because I don't sing, I think I wanted to sing really well. And then I was like, wait, but like, why would Conrad sing?
Yeah.
Like, well, he's not a choir boy.
Right,
He's
right,
just, like,
right.
his-
All of a
Came
sudden
out
it was
with
like
this,
hidden
like,
talent.
soulful
Yeah, yeah.
I was like,
voice.
he's just like at a few. He's just singing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you
Right. I
force-
actually think for the moment it worked really well. Because you were not bad. So I want to be clear. But
I was trying to be like, he isn't a singer.
like,
He's just
but
doing
I
this
think it
for
was
some
more like
laughs.
nervous in the
Yes.
moment.
Yeah.
That's what it came across as.
Yeah, I think he
Yes.
is. He's trying to do something right.
Yeah.
and-
Now, Gavin, you said you saw yourself in Jeremiah when you read it. You were like, this is me. How did you feel when you read about Conrad? Did you
Yeah.
see similarities?
There's some similarities. I think
Yeah.
I hated him at first because I was like, this dude's a jerk.
Yeah.
Which he can be, but
Yeah.
I think there's also like the part of him that is afraid to ask for help and is afraid to open up to people that I was like, yeah, I mean, it's really easy to be, I can only speak to my experience, but to be like 17 and not know how to express your emotions. So
Definitely.
for sure.
And I
once
think
got
like
past that,
an older sibling pressure too that
Yeah,
he
for
represents
sure.
really well. Like,
feeling like he needs to like hold the roof
Yeah.
of the house up
Yeah.
yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
Besides
Definitely.
filming the show, what's the most exciting thing that you guys have gotten to do with this newfound fame that has come your way?
Take it away.
Oh, the Fashion Week stuff's been pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to go to like a Prada show in Milan and the Louis
Very
show in
cool.
France, and just like being around like people who I like admire, and I'm like, what are you
Yeah,
doing here?
yeah.
You know, and I don't know, to be in the same room is like stuff like that is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has there been anybody that's like shared or talked to you guys about the show that you're like, you watched the show?
That's such a good one because I don't know.
I really don't know. What was interesting for me, well, besides like Fashion Week, that's probably a highlight from
Yeah.
all of this.
Yeah.
And getting more into that. But I had some like Olympic volleyball players reach out to me for the volleyball scenes in season 1.
Okay.
And they literally sent me a video and they're like, you don't know how to play volleyball. And it was hilarious. And so I was like, why are you watching my show? Like, this is
Right.
crazy. So that was one of my first moments where I was like, oh snap. Like, this is nuts.
Yeah.
And then obviously Lizzo and
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah. There've been people that have like talked.
obviously Lizzo. What happened with Lizzo?
Oh, she is like #1 Team Jeremiah fan.
Oh,
like making TikToks.
really?
It's hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your
She
social
like
media.
live like not tweeted, but like
Yeah.
posted, like,
Yeah.
watching it. And,
Yeah.
like, just roasted
That's a big
everybody.
one. That's
was
definitely a
funny,
big
yeah,
one.
yeah.
That's
she's
so what's
great.
your reaction when you're like, this isn't real?
And that's a good one to have on your side.
Oh,
Because
oh,
I feel
yeah,
like a lot of
yeah.
people tend to fall on Conrad's side.
The Empire State Building. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it's
that's
on Team
literally. I didn't
Conrad.
know buildings could have opinions.
Oh, yeah, we actually know the person.
They
that
are
owns
very
the
opinionated.
Empire State
That's
Building
nice to have
social
them.
account.
Just
We'll
kidding.
put you in touch. Yeah,
Thank you for that. Thank them for me.
real.
that's really. I mean, I don't know if he was there when he declared
Yeah.
itself Team Conrad, but there was a Barstool employee who.
How
now
does
runs
it how does it feel in real life when people are like Team Jeremiah, Team Conrad, and then they kind of treat you guys as if you are those people?
I mean, like, I appreciate people caring about the show.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate people having opinions about the show.
Yeah.
It gets a little tough when they forget that we aren't those characters, and that's not like the life we live.
Yeah.
But people are kind. People are
Yeah.
in person.
I've never had
In
a
person.
horrible.
It's
yeah.
important to know.
Yes,
yeah.
The internet can be ruthless.
Brutal place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't respond because most people don't know my real name, and so they're just like Jeremiah. And I'm
Totally.
like,
Right.
sorry, that's like not my name. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
yeah.
keep walking. Like
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll do that, but it's really cool to see that people are supportive of our characters in the show.
Of course,
and,
yeah.
Put him on the spot. What's my real name?
Yeah. No. Literally, and then if they stutter,
what they
I'm like,
say.
well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I am a weekly user of Instacart. Instacart is my go-to shopping app where I get things easily ordered and delivered straight to my door, whether that be groceries basically every single week or other summer essentials. Instacart helps deliver the order right to your door in as fast as 1 hour, or you can schedule it for whatever time you want it to come. When you're hosting or need large orders, you can stock up and save on your favorite summer brands. With beautiful sunny weather finally here, you don't want to spend your time grocery shopping and running errands indoors. Through Instacart, you can get everything you need delivered to your door. You get whatever you need for summer now, from sunscreen, if you want to just use paper plates, you don't want to use the nice dishes, you can get alcohol, groceries, whatever you need, and more on Instacart. I've even gotten makeup delivered on Instacart. It's very useful. You know that Instacart can help you save time, but did you know that you can also save money? Stock up and save on your favorite brands and get it all delivered in as fast as 1 hour. With delivery via Instacart, you have access to get items delivered from over 1,200 stores, 80,000 locations across the country. Instacart shoppers for you, like you would shop for you. Instacart shoppers provide support while they shop, share real-time updates. This is what I love. If they can't find something, they message you, hey, does this work? Does that work? They're always great, and they're always very helpful. Instacart, add to your summer cart. Visit instacart.com/chicks to get $30 off your first order of $80 or more, and also get free delivery on your first 3 orders. Minimum of $10 per order for free delivery. Offers are valid for a limited time. Additional terms do apply. So once again, visit instacart.com/chicks to get $30 off your first order of $80 or more. I think I tweeted once when it first came out. Did you guys watch Sweet Life of Zach and Cody growing up?
Of course.
I tweeted that, like, if you were a Zach girl, you're a Conrad girl, and if you
I
were a
saw
Cody,
that.
you were Jeremiah.
I remember that now. I remember seeing that. I think I have a
But I feel
screenshot
like
of it.
That's flipped.
I don't know.
No, because Zach is like the bad boy, and then Jeremiah is like, you know, the
Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
Zach
that's what
and
you're saying. I
Cody.
think
No, I said Conrad
Zach.
is Zach, and then
Oh.
Jeremiah is
But
Cody.
I think Jeremiah is Zach.
Zach is like the bad.
Jeremiah's more bad boy.
You think so?
Kind of.
Yeah, in different ways. Like,
Cody's more soft spoken, Conrad's more soft spoken.
yeah.
Let's really debate this, guys.
Yeah, it really is a toss-up.
Which one is
No,
which?
it's a good
That's
debate,
yeah.
but I guess I could see both sides, but like not really.
Yeah, I think I fall Zach, Cody.
We'll have to see what other people
Yeah, I was
think.
about to say. Put in the
Jeremiah,
comments.
Conrad. Yeah, let's debate.
Drop your thoughts below.
yeah. Subscribe and then leave a comment. Thank you. So, okay, the show blows up. You guys online blow up. Now you have all these followers. People are paying attention to your lives. What was personally that adjustment like? Because you can't keep kind of sharing like you once did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you like more conscious of like what you do and say and how you act, and the things
even how
will
you
and
eat
won't
food
do.
and drink and
Oh, sure.
yeah. I mean, I've sat at restaurants where literally sometimes grown adults will literally just set their phone up and record me, and what they forget is there's usually something reflective in the back, like
Right.
a glass or a mirror or something, that I can see exactly what they're filming. And so I saw someone zoomed in on me eating pizza, and I was just staring at the camera, being like, "Oh,
People are
making it
not as
super
casual
uncomfortable.
as they think they are.
So
Yeah,
no,
They
no,
really,
no,
people
never,
really
never.
think
Or the
that
whole,
they
like,
are so sly.
never.
You
phone
see them every
thing.
time.
Every time,
Yeah,
without fail.
They'll
Yeah.
record it, focus it, and then pretend they're taking
they-
a phone call, and I'm like,
They
what?
treat you like zoo animals.
Yeah, they
yeah.
can for sure.
Yeah,
More of a
like,
photo op
just,
than a
like,
person.
right
Like
in
pretend
your
they're taking a
face.
picture of their friend and like
Yeah.
you're in the
Yeah,
background. You're like,
just wait.
what? Why are
Hey,
you
what's
taking a picture of
up?
the train
you
like
know
that?
this
Like,
isn't a
you're
good
not-
background. Your
Yeah.
friend doesn't want a picture
Yeah.
here. I'm bringing up the Sprouse twins again for some reason.
Yeah, do
But
it.
you know that.
Are you about to cite an actual
Yes.
episode?
No, I know exactly what you're about to say.
Cole or
Cole's done
Dylan
it,
had
yes.
that account
Where they take-
where they would just
Yeah.
take pictures of the person taking pictures of them, which
Yeah.
was
That was
hilarious.
very
I was
enjoyed
doing that
that.
for a bit. He inspired me to start doing that, and it was really funny until it was just like, all of our most of the fan base is teenage girls, and so then I started being in my head
Yeah.
like, it's weird if I'm
Yeah.
taking photos, and so I stopped because I was like, I don't even want to deal with that.
Yeah.
But I was doing that for a time.
It
It's
also
pretty funny.
gets tiresome. You're like, just film me.
Just pose. Hey, what's up? Like,
Yeah, totally. Do you guys? How much time do you spend on social media? / do you guys like check your DMs and everything, or do you try and stay away from it more?
Gavin does.
So what's funny about that? I just deleted over like 3,000 direct messages, DMs, everything.
Just cleared it.
Yeah,
Fresh slate.
I really
Season
only
2,
spend
fresh slate.
pretty much. I really only spend like I don't have Instagram or anything installed on my phone for most of the week until there's work stuff.
Really?
Or until like I'm like, oh, I really want to post this, but
Yeah.
I delete it right after.
Always telling me like, I uninstalled Instagram. And
I
then the next
literally-
day, you'll
yeah.
post it the next day.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
One of those
yeah,
people
Oh,
like,
that's
I'm
the back-
quitting. I'm
that's
quitting
the back
social
and
media,
forth.
and then you're back on it.
Yeah, but I usually read every message. I try to read every DM, but it gets a lot, so I just kind of have my boundaries set for it. But what about you?
Yeah, I don't read them.
No.
I don't. I can't. Like
Yeah.
whenever I see like a TikTok about like us or the show, I click not interested. Like I don't know. It's like
Do not show me
overwhelming.
myself,
No,
please.
again, and I
It's
really
weird.
appreciate like people
Yeah.
caring, but I just want to look at myself. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
be thinking about it like before I go to bed.
Yeah,
Um,
that's super fair. Because
Right,
I
because
feel like
that's when you're scrolling on TikTok.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
right.
Sure.
I feel like you guys are both pretty quiet on social media, but Chris, I feel like you're very quiet on social
yeah,
media.
I try. It's not for me anymore. Like
Yeah.
not that I ever really posted.
Yeah.
But it's just
Yeah.
become something where I'm like, I there's no reason to post anything like for me.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, because then you'll end up deep in like the Team Conrad, Team Jeremiah theories. online.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you do not want to go there. Yeah, it's a
Like,
scary
I don't know.
place.
Like sure.
I'll just throw out there that parts of the second season, I was like, I think I don't like Belly. I was like, I think that's where I'm landing. Like,
make up
these
your
guys are-
mind.
these guys are brothers.
Yeah.
You're breaking up a family.
right.
And I was like, why don't we talk about that?
Yeah, and her brother too.
I know.
This poor guy.
I know.
Oh,
but that's the
yeah,
story.
yeah,
You know, it's.
yeah.
But the show is
Good
so
old
good.
Steve-O.
It really is so good. And I
Did you guys read the books?
Yeah.
All of them? You've read all of them?
Yeah.
Called out.
I actually don't
Skimmed.
believe you.
I'm
but-
I'm finishing 3.
You're like, I read my parts.
I don't read too far ahead. I'm really like halfway through 3.
Okay, so
but
you haven't done all 3.
No.
Because I read them, years ago,
Yeah.
and those you flew through them as fast as you want all 3 seasons to be out like at the same time,
Yeah,
right? You're
yeah.
like,
Right.
and it's tough because people obviously know what happens in the books.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think that you've stayed true to the books with the show?
I think enough.
Yeah.
Like, because you'll be reading the book sometimes and you're like, oh, that's stated or that's
Right.
like wouldn't translate well to TV. And so I think in the ways that matter, for sure. I remember Jenny saying after the first season, she was like, this is what I think I would have written if I wrote it like this year.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think it like follows like the framework of the books and sort of fills in the blanks that need to be filled in. So
Yeah, I think she hits the main like points, like especially some really special moments with like Slurpees and hot cocoa and things like that. I really think she hits very important moments there, and even with Susanna. And so I think like we're staying. It's pretty a long course. Obviously, Cam Cameron is joining season 2,
David.
and so there's room for some play around
Right.
in the
Yeah.
script and for some. So yeah, I mean that's.
And you're not going to be able to hit every single point exactly the same.
Yeah,
like, it's
no.
never going to be exactly the same
But
thing.
it is nice when you have the author so involved in
Right.
the
It's
a
show
cheat
because
code.
it's like, and it's such a good defense, right? It's like if fans of the book complain, it's like, well, take it up with the author of the books.
Right.
She
Yeah,
approved
yeah.
this entire show.
Pretty much. You're like, it's not my fault.
Yeah, exactly.
How, are you guys filming season 3? Is that allowed to be talked about?
We hope so. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it'll happen. You couldn't possibly leave it
leave
where
us
it left
like
it.
that.
Cannot, but
I try to never like put any like any eggs in that basket until like we're like doing it, because it's just, you never know with stuff like this. I never want to expect to be working. I'm always like really ready to be unemployed, but I'd love to. I mean, it's 3 books. I'd love to
Take
like
up real estate like him.
I mean, I couldn't do that.
quite the duo on the
yeah,
on the
Property
benches.
Brothers 2.
Yeah.
Are there any other upcoming projects for either of you?
You're working on something right now.
Yeah. I just started a movie about how women's wrestling came to be. It's got some incredible actresses and actors: Walton Goggins, Emily Bett Rickards, Ash Deville, I think is the director, and it's fantastic. I'm excited. It talks a lot about women's wrestling and just like what they had to go through to do that. And it's only like 40 years ago when the ban got lifted that women can actually start doing it.
Right.
So it's still recent and in our time. So I'm excited. It'll be a good.
So you've officially gotten the acting bug back.
I would say so. Yeah. I balance it with a little bit of volleyball. So it's like I get my workout in and then I can go get my mental workout in.
Did volleyball come with this show?
Yeah. Big time. Yeah. After I got DMs,
I was gonna say.
I sign him up all the time for tournaments. Like,
We would play in
How
a
do you
league
feel
and it's
about
just-
volleyball?
No, I love it. I enjoy it. I mean,
Yeah.
this dude just plays like every day.
Yeah.
just
Lola
like,
seems pretty good too.
about.
Like, do you
Yeah, I
guys
think
all
she
play?
played at one point. Well,
Yeah.
we had like lessons for the first season. Like,
And I
it
was
like, this is
hooked.
how you play volleyball.
I was so
Right.
hooked.
And then I saw you. We wrapped whatever. I saw you in like March or April of the next year. And you were like, I've been playing volleyball every day. I'm DMing some Olympians right now.
and
they told me I suck.
Yeah, literally. and I did.
That's a kick in the ass. It's like when they're like, "Hey, your form bad."
Yeah. Oh, they're like,
you've
what
been
was
working
that
on it.
hit? Yeah. So now
and
I
he's
get
like
to,
really good now. Like,
I get to
actually.
like play with those guys now, and it's been fun. Just learning from them, and I've visited some in like California and got to see them play, and
That's awesome.
so yeah, I'm making friends, and that's kind of a new hobby of mine.
It's cool
Very
that you
cool.
guys all get to play together. It really does feel like, there's so many very popular, what you would call like teen drama shows, and people obsess over the cast. They love seeing you guys all hang out together and do things together. What was life like on set for you guys? Everyone gets along. You're all having a good time.
Yeah, it's great.
They're gonna lie to
Really?
us.
No, it's actually great. I mean, I've made like Gavin actually mad. Like, he's been mad at me before, but
sure.
but for the most
For
part,
sure.
like
That's how you know it's real.
between
Right.
takes, we're just like hanging out, or like, dude, I want to go home, or for the most part, we're very grateful to be there. But
Yeah. I mean, we work like pretty long hours, so usually when we're not working, we're either sleeping, or for me, like every weekend, I'm always either playing a tournament or playing with friends like volleyball and such, and I usually try to sign them up. So we have a great time. I mean, we prank, lots of pranks, lots of like goofing around, lots of like card games and stuff. So
And you're comfortable with somebody when you can make them mad, but then be fine the next day.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good thing
or
to
the day
have,
after
yeah.
the next
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit longer.
Right.
Just a little longer.
What was your relation, or is your relationship like with, and I'm spacing on her name, which is terrible, but the actress who plays your mother, who is so good.
Rachel? Yeah.
She's amazing. And I feel like anytime you can do a show where there's experienced people who have done a lot of really cool things, like any words of wisdom she's given you guys?
she's been so sweet. I feel like the most wisdom she's imparted on us, if you will, like she just like enjoys spending time with us. Like she'll be like, hey, we should get dinner like after we wrap today or something like that, or like if we finish early, let's go do this, or how are you, like she'll text, you know what I mean? She's like being kind to us, which I think is nice to know, that someone who's been doing it as much as she has is still like a nice person.
She cares about you guys.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I care
She's
about
very
her.
intentional. She's very intentional.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Well, guys, thank you so much
Oh, dude,
for sitting
thank
down
you.
with us.
Thank
This
you
has
all.
been amazing. I
you,
know
guys.
it's hard because the season is out. Everyone's going to watch it together. And when we have people come on before the show, I want to talk to you guys so much about everything. But everybody else has to watch it first, and everyone's gonna. Oh, I had one more thing.
Everybody knows you're gonna sing though.
Yes.
I did have one more thing.
Yeah.
Any input from you guys when you guys see all like the Taylor Swift songs and everything put in?
Right.
How awesome! I honestly, it just seems awesome. Like, I just think it makes the show 10 times better. Is that a crazy thing to say?
No, it's
I think
cool.
It fits.
I mean, we just wake up to it, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We don't get any like warning about it.
Zero, maybe like an hour. Like, hey, Taylor just put on
even.
a song on the teaser. Like,
Yeah.
post it.
Right.
Like,
It's so
because
cool.
this
Okay,
I don't
now,
know.
this August, kind of the version of August that's in the trailer has everybody freaking out. It's all over
Yeah.
TikTok. It's like a
Yeah.
new trend. Everybody dancing and singing to the
Oh, really?
to the song. Yeah, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
Not
Yeah.
interested. Not interested in those ones. But yes, it is. People are like already obsessed with that version, so I think that's really my input. It wasn't even a question. I just wanted
It's just
to
very cool.
I
No,
just
it's
wanted to
sick.
tell everyone
Yeah.
that having Taylor Swift songs in your show is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
It is
'cause
very cool.
You know, it's a good show. She wouldn't allow. She's very picky of what her music can be on and what not.
yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
so
She fights for months on some of those
yeah,
songs.
exactly. So there you go.
Go
Like
get her.
she can
Sick.
to have
I don't know
those
who's
songs.
paying who, but it's cool.
Right. Not sure what arrangement they set up, but
Yeah, but
we're
it's a good
happy
one.
with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man. Well, guys, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys so
The
much.
second
Yeah,
season
thank you
of Summer I Turned Pretty is out July 14th on Amazon. I think everyone's gonna watch it in a day, as always. And
We would tell everyone to stream it, but we know they're gonna watch anyway.
yeah,
so.
exactly. So thank you guys so much.
Fran,
Thank
you guys
you
are
guys.
amazing.
Thank
so
you.
much.
This is so much fun.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Once again, thank you for all your beautiful and kind messages. We really, really appreciate them. And we are almost at 150,000 subscribers on YouTube. It is rapidly growing, and
We're
Noah,
so close, guys. We gotta finish. For no one needs bleach hair by the
Yeah,
end of the summer.
He really does. He
It's
can't.
a summer vibe.
He needs the bleach hair by August.
Yeah, it's not
I
a.
want it this month.
It's not a
Yeah, that's
fall.
what I'm saying. By August.
It's
They
not
have
a
until the
fall
end of-
vibe. It's a summer vibe.
They have until the end of July.
Please
For the love of God, subscribe on YouTube. Even if you don't watch, you don't gotta watch. Just subscribe.
send it to your friends. Send it to your parents.
Yeah, why not?
Send it to your make fake accounts. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, make burners. Be nice though on there.
Yeah.
All right, love you guys. Bye.